Hello. Hello and happy Wednesday. Sarah, you're here first. Hello. It's great to see you. I'm not speaking to myself. There's another Sarah right now in the chat. Hello. How's everybody doing? I You're never first well, today you are. Today you are first. You were even here before, like technically I was. So you are truly first Sarah tonight. How are folks feeling? How are you doing? If this is your first time joining us, welcome. Hello, my name is also Sarah. I'm a writer and podcaster and speaker and other things as well. Here in the Midwestern United States, your game crashed. I mean, that's as good of a reason as any. I don't want to say that's great because it sounds really frustrating. GCat is here. Jimmy is here. Hi. Jimmy, I didn't know if you would be here or not. Hello. I'm glad to see you. Oh, oh man. I have some tea that I'm gonna here. I'm still on the floor this week. I'm still sitting here on the floor, but I'm feeling a little bit better. I got my second injection on Monday. And so it's supposed to take 3 to 5 days to sort of kick in. And so Monday, Tuesday, I don't know if Wednesday counts as day 3 or if it has to be like a full 24 hours, but I don't know. I'm feeling optimistic. I'm feeling hopeful. Feels good. So, pain today has not been too bad. But I'm sitting on the floor because I don't dare show you because you're gonna judge me for like anywhere I exist. I tend to make like a giant mess wherever I am. And so I just have like a nest of like piles of books and papers and like my different my beverages. I've got my water here and like my different colored pens, just towels. I don't know. I have a little space set aside for Cyrus here when he wants to sit next to me. So I don't know. Just got my stuff here all around me. Uh, so yeah, it is. Oh, Flanny is here. Hello. Happy Wednesday. It is indeed a happy Wednesday. Got oolong tea today. I'm very excited about it. I had some already earlier, but you can't have too much tea. And generally, I think it's an anti-inflammatory, so it's good for my back. I do a lot of things because they are health related, or I tell myself, or I make the excuse that they are health related. So I get some nice tea this evening along with some writing and creating with some really cool people, which is you. So, yeah. If you're just joining us, hello and welcome. I'm Sarah. I'm super glad you're here. This is just a little space for us to exist and do some writing, creating, even just existing. Um, there's a lot going on in life, and things are really hard for a lot of people right now. And so I like this to be a space where you can come and just be. And if you would like to work on some creative projects during our time together, or, a creative project during our time together, or if you have multiple ones, that's fine too. You are welcome to do that. If you would like to read, if you would like to watch Netflix on your phone, if you would like to play some video games, you are extremely welcome to do that too, because something that we don't often do together in this creative community is not produce. And not producing is part of, ironically, producing. And I'm still learning that. I'm only now, it's only now just starting to sink in for me that I've been saying it for years, but I don't know if I actually believed my own words that, rest is part of the creation process. But I've been taking a day off a week, which is very new for me. I used to just push myself to work 7 days a week without taking any days off. And I've incorporated a day off starting, I think, in June. I think I started doing this, taking a day off per week, and it rotates. So I don't like to set things on my calendar because I don't know. I don't know why. It's just all excuses. I have ADHD. I don't like obligations, whatever. But yeah, there's a day a week that I don't work, and I've been doing that. And wow, my writing has been so much better for it, believe it or not. So, and you should believe it because it's true. So, Sarah says, for once, I decided I'm not going to work on the book fair tonight. Oh, I'm going to play The Sims. Yes. Good. Sarah, I am a big fan of you doing that. I think that is exactly what you should be doing. Whatever it is you're working on tonight, whether it is a creative project or your minutes of napping today or whatever it is, if you're going for a walk, I don't know how the weather is by you. It's a little warm here. But yeah, whatever it is you're doing, we're gonna do this together. So I think tonight I got some good writing done on Girl in Space today. I've been averaging 3 to 4 handwritten pages a day for the last few months at least. And we're chugging along. We're making good progress. It feels good. Excuse me, I have hiccups apparently, which is exactly what you want to hear during a live stream. But yeah, I'm also appearing with my friend Asa this Friday. And I need to figure out how to make this happen technically. But we're going to be doing a live stream at noon Central Time. Again, this Friday, and it's going to be about writing flash fiction and uh, the genre of weird Wild West, which is if you're a fan of Firefly or what was the other one? Well, of course, there's Wild Wild West, which is like a steampunk Wild West. There's Cthulhuian Wild West kind of stuff. I know that Sinners is maybe Weird Wild West. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about that genre a little bit. Yeah, so looking forward to that, and it'll be on both. Hopefully, the idea is to have it on both my YouTube channel and Ace's YouTube channel, but we'll see how that goes. Um, I need to figure out how to get his video stream broadcasting here and out to folks. So I might work on that a little bit this evening. Yeah, if you'd like to show up for that, again, that's this Friday at noon Central. Yeah, it should be a pretty good time. Yes, flash fiction. Jimmy is giving some hearts for flash fiction. I know that is it's a genre that's very dear to a lot of people, and I'm excited to talk about it with Asa. It should be a pretty good time. Lanny says a day off is such a good idea. I think I burned myself out a bit last week. Yeah, and was feeling bad for not wanting to write Sunday and Monday. I need to take it as a sign that I needed a rest. Lanny, that is, and it's hard. It's hard because we also know, so like intellectually, we may know that we need to rest, but we also understand that like if I miss time, like I lose momentum a little bit. And with my ADHD, I forget what I've written. And so if and when I take a day off, and these days it is when I take a day off, when I take a day off, I have to go back and reread a lot of what I've previously written. And so I lose a little bit of ground, I lose a little bit of time. But overall, I've noticed I lose less time than I do if I'm tired or burned out and I'm writing stuff that I later need to delete. Or I'm tired and burned out and I'm writing stuff that later on I realize was the wrong road and I needed to go down a different road. And so I need to not only delete this, but I need to like reconfigure what happens. Um so yeah, I'm glad that you're maybe hopefully giving it a try, or that you will consider giving it a try. Um but that feeling, yeah, the dread is a sign. Like if you are just not wanting to write and you've written for the last however many days in a row, it might be time for a day off. And that can be hard. It actually reminds me, here I want to show you something. In one of my stacks of books over here, I have a copy of Zen, and the Art of Writing by Ray Bradbury. If you are a fan, excellent, excellent writer. One of my favorites, one of my heroes. But on the back, I don't know if you can see this. It says the first thing a writer should be is excited. And I don't know how I feel about the should. I think that even if you're not super excited, if you want to write, you can. Um, but it gets at the heart of why we write and what makes us write and what makes our work fun to read or listen to or watch. And so yeah, if you're feeling not great about it, that might be one of the many signs that yes, you should take a day off or you should take a little bit of rest. So yeah, other folks want to chime in with what they're working on. You're welcome to do that. In the meantime, I will go ahead and say that the way this works is we hang out together. You're welcome to stay or pop out or whatever you need to do. This is very informal, very non-structured. But in a few minutes here, I'll mute myself and then we'll write for an hour and a half. And by write, I mean write or knit or drink water or play video games or take a nap. Whatever it is you need to do to feel good and healthy and fulfilled. And then we'll come back at 8:45 p.m. Central and we'll talk a little bit about how did your writing go? Or if you didn't do anything like that, how did your knitting go? How did your nap go? How are you feeling? And, what does it even mean for you to feel fulfilled with this time? So I'm looking forward to that. Um, Jimmy says it's been so long since I've written a story. More than a year and closer to 18 months. Wow. And Jimmy, you've had times where you've also been like writing a story every day. So that is actually really interesting and quite a lot. Um, More than a year and closer to 18 months. And I mean, how does that feel to you? And is it something that you want to talk about? Because you don't have to, but if you would like to, we're here for it. Um, and do you feel like the time in which you haven't written, has it felt like time off or has it felt like something else? Because I've had it feel both. Like I've had times where I've taken off time from writing and I'm just so anxious about not writing that it's worse. Then it's almost I feel worse than if I had used the time to rest. And that's not, a good thing or a bad thing. It's not a like whatever moral failure or anything. It's just something that is interesting that we do because we're people and we're interesting and we do interesting things. I might need to get up and take an allergy pill so I can breathe in just a little bit. Um, but yeah. Sarah says, oh, Jimmy, I get that. I haven't been able to sit and write in a bit more than 2 years. Yeah, I planned so many. I just can't put them into words. I just hate this. I know why. And I hate this because I tried to fix it and it backfired. Oh, man. That is intense. Tim heard me and is bringing me an allergy pill. Thank you, Hand of Tim. Thank you. Oh, I'm going to take this allergy pill and then I'll get back to breathing. Okay. I mean, Sarah, that's a lot. And you can talk about it if you want to or not, but you say you know why you haven't been able to write and you tried to fix it and it just didn't work. Well, if it's something that it would be cathartic or helpful for you to talk about, um, we're here to listen. We're here to support you and encourage you if we can. But we also understand if you need to use this evening to play some video games because that's also important. So, hey, Pinball Princess, welcome. Hello. Pinball Princess says, I know a poet who referred to such times of non writing as fallow periods. Yes, like how you leave a field fallow before you plant so it can rest. Yes, That is such a good way of putting it. Yeah, I really like that. Like a sort of a dormancy, or yes, letting it lay fallow. Um, and it seems to be counterintuitive because we don't see progress during that time, or we don't see what we slash society think of as progress, right? You're not adding words to your manuscripts. You're not, you know, adding stitches to your blanket. But your brain is doing some of its magical meat chemistry in there, and you just gotta let it do its thing. And it's frustrating and hard to understand. And I don't even understand how it works, but I know it works. Oh, you had a lot of change. Sarah says we had a lot of change at my old job, so I got drained a lot. I changed jobs to remove myself from the toxic place I was in. Days after I ended up in my new job, I realized I had ended up in even more of a toxic place. Oh, that sounds awful, Sarah. I am really sorry about. Oof, yeah. A lot of people in hard places right now. I think who would really resonate with that and understand. Um, I actually went through a time of burnout um, a few years ago now, and I didn't listen to it and I didn't take it seriously. And I think I ended up making it worse. And so I think that, honoring the fact that you need some time, taking a step back, can be good. Now, if you want to get to a place where you said you're coming up with some stories in your head, if you want to get those ideas out, let us know and we can work through that a little bit with you. No guarantees. I mean, I'm not going to be like, yes, I will solve all the problems, but I think that it can also help to talk about them in community with other writers and creators who get it. So thank you for sharing that. That's a lot. And it's a lot because it's such a large part of who we are. And being a writer who is not currently writing, or a painter who's not currently painting, etc., can be, I don't know, wearying in its own way. It can be grating because I think we feel a little bit of dissonance in what we're doing and who we are and what we need to do to be who we are. But then there's also necessary rest, which is not a betrayal of that, right? It's a recharging time. So it can be really hard to gauge all of that. I should do a podcast episode about this. Yeah. Oh, Damien is here. Oh, Damien says, "Hi, Sarah. Sorry I haven't been around. Oh, the Kickstarter's really taken all of my energy. I was just thinking about you today, Damien. Should be back to writing with all of you next week. Good. Oh, 3 day. Oh, Sarah says, 3 days after I ended up in my new job, I realized I'd ended up in even more of a toxic place. And yes, Sarah says you're allowed to rest, Damien. And I hope you're resting. I hope that I know this Kickstarter um has taken a lot. Um, sorry, I'm like, so yeah. Yeah, I know I won't do it because I don't want to take people's time when they go through stuff. Yeah. No, 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 no. I think that part of Sarah, I think that part of us doing this together, and maybe, with Damien being here, I think we're all just looking for ways to heal. We're looking for ways to reconnect with who we are and who we want to be, and ways to rest. Um, so yeah. No, I'm happy to talk about this here. Pinball Princess says, I feel like even if you don't do something actively creative for a long time, so long as the embers of that spark sleep within you, you're still a creative. Pinball Princess, I could not agree more. I think that is just beautiful. I don't think I could say it better. That is beautifully said. I like that a lot. Oh, Damien says, I don't think we're going to make it, not unless some big money lever of audio drama comes through. Pivot and swerve, revisit everything, and try again later. Ugh. That is, I don't know. I don't want to tell you how to feel. To me, that seems really disheartening. Um, I'm sorry. I want this to be a big thing for you, and you're a good creator, and you deserve all of the money. It was 10K, right? I think, and you should even be getting more than that for all the work you put in and all the work we do. Sarah says, if I win the lotto, I'll let you know. That's very sweet. Pinball Princess says, I tell this to myself as a form of self soothing because becoming an adult drop kicked my everything. Yes. And then the world happened. And that is also a lot. Amen. Pinball Princess. Yes. Hello, JC Henry. Hello. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad all of you are here. We're talking a little bit about, if you're just joining us, we're talking a little bit about rest and identity and creativity and productivity. Poxy, hi. Hello. Oh, the gang's all here. Damien says, thanks, Sarah's both of you. Indie creators have to keep being scrappy even when those setbacks are heartbreaking. Not a reflection on the quality of the work. Damien, that is, I don't know. This is a conversation that I have like multiple times a week with different creators. I was on a call today with some friends who are making a film, and we were giving them notes on their script. And we kept saying like, oh, it would actually really enhance the story or bring this full circle if you did this and this. And they were like, okay, but our budget is this. And so if we shot that scene, that would add another 100K, which we don't have. And so even though it fits with the story, it's not within the scope of this project. And dealing with stuff like that, I don't know, not having enough resources to do what you want to do to feel like you can create your best work. It's a bad feeling, a crappy feeling. Sarah says he'll know that I've won the lottery because a bunch of money will drop into the Kickstarter. Good. Damien says I've been trying to rest. Yes, and at least you're trying to rest. Yes. Yeah. There's a lot going on. So yeah. Yeah, I wish I don't know. I wish things were a little different. I wish things were a lot different. But creating our work and funding our work and working within the restrictions, limitations that we have is unfortunately, is part of the challenge. And I know that you are all up to the challenge. Damien, I know you're up to the challenge. Um, I know it's disappointing that things like haven't turned out how we wanted them to, how you wanted them to. I don't have any like words of wisdom or ways to fix it, just, you know, sympathy that we're here for you and that, yeah, that sucks. And I mean, my fingers are still crossed that in the next few days, huge donor will come through. That would be awesome. Um, yeah. I hope you are taking some time for yourself. I hope you're resting. I know this project is taking a lot from you. Yeah. Oh, my friends. If you would like to do something creative with us tonight, you are welcome to. If you would like to rest, consider this your invitation rest. Whether you have been working on a creative project or a huge marketing initiative or a book fair or just surviving, I invite you to do that with us here tonight. Good. Damien says, I'm going to find a way to get it made no matter what. Good. If I have to go back to crowdfunding to just ask for enough to pay my talent, good, then so be it. I'll make it without personal compensation for the work and we'll wear more hats. That's what I have been doing. I know that's what Tim has been doing. And yes, taking this time to play a video game and relax. Good. Damien, yes. Do a video game. I love it. I love it. Good. Friends, should we go ahead and get started here? If you haven't been here before, I think a lot of you have done this before. A lot of you are familiar names and faces. Well, not faces. A lot of you have familiar names, but if you haven't done this before, the way this works is I'm going to go ahead and mute myself, and I'm going to move the chat off of the screen. It will still be active on both Twitch and YouTube. If if you'd like to continue chatting, and I encourage it, please do. But yeah, we'll write together until 8:45 p.m. So that is about an hour and 15 minutes ish. Hour and 19 minutes if I'm actually being correct with the time. And I had to redo the math in my head. Yeah, it's an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I second guessed myself, and then I regretted second guessing myself, and that had to take processing power in my brain apparently. But yeah, we'll be here, and yeah, feel free to keep chatting if you like. Feel free to play music if that is something that helps you. Play some video games, whale sounds, whatever it is, nature sounds, babbling brooks, whatever gets you into a place of creative rest and peace. Hi, BA. Hello. Second guessing yourself is what we call a BA. Oh no. Then that is, yes, that is what I was doing. So, but yeah. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get us started here. Are you second guessing yourself a lot, BA? And is it hope all is well? Yeah, we were actually just chatting about rest and incorporating that rest into our idea of productivity and any guilt that comes along with that. And yeah, it's been I don't know, I feel like it's been a good thing to talk about. Make sure you're hydrating if you can. And you can and should, because water is your friend. Yes, rest is important, BA says. It is. And it's hard to recognize that. I should do a right now podcast episode about this. I do my best to get 8 hours a night. Excellent. I actually just right before this, my back is feeling a little bit better, but I'm also feeling more tired. And so I took a 2 hour nap before tonight's stream, which is why I was a little slow in getting it started up. So hopefully, I'll have that and my 8 hours tonight. Um, oh, wonderful. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put up our little sign here. Of course, as I said, you do not have to write. If you are just here to hang out and get some rest and chat and play some video games, more power to you. If you're writing, keep us posted on how it's going. We'll reconvene at 8:45 p.m. Central to chat about it. And are you ready? I'm ready. I'm going to go ahead and mute myself, and I will see you in just a little bit. Do good. Hello. I would like to gently welcome you back from wherever it is you went. If you are in a good place with your writing, creativity, napping, video game playing, I encourage you to ignore me and keep doing your thing. But if you'd like to come back and let us know how you're doing, how it went, etc., I invite you to do that. Thank you, Devon25, for the raid. That was really cool of you. I appreciate that. And thank you, all of you who subscribed with Prime over on Twitch. I really appreciate that. Or just even subscribed without Prime on Twitch. That makes, I don't know, makes a big difference. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. So, wonderful. How did it go? Uh, I wrote a lot. I'm working on this workshop for Friday and just got a lot of a surprising lot of stuff done on it. So feeling good about that. Sorry if you hear a crinkling sound. I set down a box with some paper in it for Cyrus to play with, and he is deciding that now is the time. It's been here for a few days, and he's deciding that now, when I'm back on the microphone, is the time to play with it loudly. Hey, buddy. Hey. Oh, he's just playing in the crinkly paper. So yeah. Jimmy, are you experiencing a storm? Is that the very large Mario outside hurling fireballs at you? Yeah, it's been rainy here too, so I totally get that. Yeah. I hope that people are feeling good. I hope that this was a good session for you. Yes. Pinball Princess says the cat playing while the mic is on. How else would we know? Right, to pay our due respects to them. Exactly. Exactly. Now he's taking a bath. So he's all settled in on his little crinkly paper. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I can't stand it. You got a bath while reading? BA, that sounds heavenly. That sounds wonderful. What a great use of your time. That is fantastic. Uh and terrible novelist. Thank you. Great. I appreciate your follow. I appreciate the raid. That was really cool. Thank you. Yeah, how did other folks do? Um Found oh no. BA says when I found out my Kindle is okay. I read that initially the wrong way and I was about to commiserate because I thought you found out your Kindle was not water resistant. But BA says when I found out my Kindle is water resistant, I now use it in the bath. It's been wet many times, but it still works. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. I think I'm going to have to try this. Oh, Jimmy says no, it wasn't thunder. There was a weird electronic sound like in a video game. Um, did you have like one of the transformers on a telephone pole blow up or something? So, oh, look up your model first. Okay. I've got my Kindle here, so I'll have to see if it is waterproof or not before I accidentally drop it, which is something that, knowing me, will most certainly happen. Um so that is a thing. Oh, that sounds like such a great way to relax and recharge. I have a friend who I think I've talked about before, who does what she calls podcast baths, and she like runs a long bath and she like catches up on listening to all of her podcasts while she's in the bath, and I always think that sounds like such an amazing way to spend your time. Oh, Pinball Princess says I couldn't find the thing I wanted to work on, so I disgruntled wrote a thing. Um that is real. That feeling is real. And then Pinball Princess clarifies thing equals a conversation between two characters facing a giant mess. I understand disgruntled writing a thing, that frustration. Yes, that is extremely familiar to me. Did it feel good to write though? I hope. Um, was it still, I don't know, interesting and good? That is my hope. I am in preparation for this live stream I'm doing with Asa on Friday. Um, I'm looking at, I think what we're going to do is write some flash fiction together during that time. And so, yeah, I have like, I don't want to think about it too much ahead of time because I want it to be really spontaneous and I want it to feel like a challenge in the moment. So I didn't brainstorm or anything for that necessarily, but I'm getting excited about possibilities, which is a really fun place to be. Good. Pinball Princess says it felt very good, even if it goes nowhere from the conversation thing. Good. I mean, even small exercises like that are incredibly helpful and, help us grow our skills and all of that stuff. And that's something I actually probably need to do more of. Um, I tend to just go hard on the projects that I'm working on and I don't practice with other stuff. I don't do short scenes. Um my good friend Maggie, who is a speculative fiction writer, does she has this book of like writing exercises and she does one of those every day and I think it really helps you develop those skills and start to really get outside of your comfort zone creatively. Really, which can be really useful and helpful. Oh, my friends, thank you so much for being here for this evening. Um, I don't know. It just completely made my day. Oh. Oh, it was the raid, I bet, Jimmy. I gotcha. Jimmy says, I think the sound was whatever happened on Twitch, but your computer put the sound over the YouTube stream. I gotcha. I think it was either somebody subscribed or it was a raid. That actually, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, if you want to join us Friday. So I'm still doing our create along in the evening, so they'll be here on Twitch or YouTube, whatever you prefer. Um but the live stream with Asa, the flash fiction writing live stream, will be at noon Central, so that's 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, uh whatever else is in there. At least I think that's the time. I should actually double check. But it will be on my YouTube channel. I think I'm also going to try to get it on Twitch, but again, I might run into some technical difficulties. But yeah, we're going to be talking about flash fiction and writing some short flash fiction. I mean, flash fiction is by definition short. Um, but yeah, looking forward to that on Friday. We're also going to be discussing just looking at like what makes a good story and what we like, what we enjoy, what we like to put in our own work. And yeah, I hope you can join us for that. I mean, it's free. It's just us hanging out online and talking about writing and reading stories. And so, yeah, looking forward to that. Okay, I'm going to just real quick double check so I'm telling you the right time. Um, okay, let's see. 1 p.m. Eastern. Okay, yes. So that is noon Central Time. Okay. Okay. It's very easy for me. I get I'm not great with time zones. So, Pinball Princess says, I know I'm not doing great dialogue from a technical perspective, but I'm trying to give myself permission to make bad art. Yes. There's a quote about making good art from stuff, but I need to make bad art to get to the good art. Yes. That is so underrated. And I think it comes from, a lot of the writing that we consume has been polished. It's been gone over, it's been edited. Tons of people have had their eyes on it. It's gone through revisions, but we don't see like all of the drafts that are in the wastebasket. Like we don't see the original first drafts. We don't ever see that. And so when we write our own stuff and we see our own first drafts, we're comparing those to these published pieces, from other people. And that can really set us up to be disillusioned with our own work and to feel really, I don't know, to feel really maybe amateur. I don't know if that's the right word. To feel just less than, and really you're not. You're often, I think, and I hope I'm not projecting myself onto you, or maybe I am, and this is just my own experience. But it's very easy for me to compare my crappy first draft of things to somebody else's final published project. Um, so yeah, you have to let yourself write something that might be bad. You have to do it. It's good for you, not only so that you can get your stories out, but also it's just great practice. It's just great. And the larger body of work that you have, the more you create, the more you have to work with over time, and that's a good thing. So yeah, thoughts. Those are my thoughts. That's my thoughts on making quote unquote bad art. You have to do it. It's the only way out is through. The only way to good art is to go through the bad art. But it's harder than it looks because we don't want to create stuff that we consider bad. Yes. Pinball Princess says you're not projecting. The pressure to make it good with a capital G is paralytic at best and causes a not good enough spiral at worst. Yeah. Yes, BA, yeah. Says the process is more important than the goal. The process is what teaches us to do the right thing. Yes, very, very much. And I know that paralyzing pressure to be good. It really revokes our permission to create anything if we let it. And I've let it do that before. I'm very familiar. I'm very familiar with this. Um, so yeah, I hope that this week you're able to do some creating for yourself. I hope that you find your project also, Pinball Princess. I hope that um you're able to figure out where that went and to continue working on it. Um I also lose a lot of things, so I feel that, but I don't know, I hope that you're able to give yourself permission to just create and not judge. It is so much easier said than done. Just let the words out. You can polish them up later. My friends, thank you for being here this evening. Your presence is a gift, and I'm so grateful to experience it here with you. I'm so happy to share this time with you. Um, if you enjoyed your time here, I do these every Wednesday and Friday evening from 7 to 9 p.m. Central Time. So just drop by whenever. You can attend either via YouTube live stream or Twitch. So it's kind of whatever your preference is. If you're on Twitch, your comments show up here. There we go. Okay, I was like, I'm not pointing the right way. Um, so yeah, so if you want your comments to show up, there, Twitch is the way to go. I do try to read most of the comments that I see over on YouTube as well, though. But yeah. So yeah, do feel free to join us again whenever you feel is right and good. Um, we're here for you. Do join us this Friday at noon Central um, for some flash fiction writing, if you want. I mean, obviously it's optional. I'll be here with my friend Asa talking about story structure and I don't know, the excitement of writing. So maybe you'll find some inspiration from that. We'll do a little bit of writing together. And yeah, and then we'll also have the Friday evening create along. So if you can make one and not the other, or if you can make both or none, up to you. All right, friends. Again, as always, thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. I hope that, whatever you experienced tonight, if it was restful, if it was satisfying creativity, if it was anything in between, I hope that that carries you through today, this evening, and the rest of the week. Please take good care of yourselves. Make sure you hydrate, and I will see you on Friday. Bye for now.